Hey, it's me, Amber McDuffie, your marketing consultant and Facebook ad specialist. And today I'm actually looking at updating an ad, really changing it from one objective to another. And I thought this would be a great time to kind of walk you through that process, what my thinking is, why would I change an ad objective. Today in particular, I'm going from a video view ad to a reach ad. So one of the main things that I teach is think about your reasoning for basically creating an ad and using a particular ad objective. So it's not that the same objective is going to be good all the time, every time, or that it's going to perform how you want or cost what you want or for it to achieve the goal that you want. So the ultimate thing that I always start with is, what is my goal, right? The ad that I'm changing today, it was a video view ad, and it was teaching people how Facebook ads are a really good way to build up your email list, right? Instead of using organic marketing. So I had actually created a reel on Instagram. This is a way where sometimes people might say that your organic performance, your organic content can drive your paid content. Occasionally I do that. And out of the last couple of reels that I created, this reel did get the most reach. So instead of creating something new, I decided that I would use that reel because it also was going to serve the purpose that I wanted, which was to remind people of my core message, which is that Facebook ads is the fastest, most effective way to grow your email list and to grow your business so that you can sell your course. So this was the second one that I created, and let me go ahead and hit record on this so that you can follow along on the screen what I'm doing and why I'm making these decisions that I'm making. So as you can see, these three ads are my current ads. Okay, so the one in the middle that is active, it says 559 leads. There's something going on with my pixel. It's not quite 559 leads. So don't just go off of that price or that number of leads and that price, but that is my lead magnet, okay, to Facebook ad copy templates. And you're welcome to grab that in the description down below as well. It's free. The top ad is the one that I'm changing right now. It is a video view ad. I'll go ahead and click on it so that you can see it. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Don't do anything. Okay, so down below, you can see what my ad name is. It was leads in the last 90 days. So only people who became a lead in the last 90 days. So Facebook technically was clocking about 500 people. It's less than that, but that's what they're clocking. So that's who they're showing it to, right? So it's a video view ad, which means that they're going to show it to the people in that audience who are most likely to watch a video for 15 seconds because I'm optimizing it for a through play, which is 15 seconds of the video. So at that point, I have to look at what the cost is, how many people it's reaching, all of that. So the cost doesn't bother me. I originally turned it on at $5 per day, so there's no real way for me to waste a lot of money at that rate, right? And because it's such a small audience, I don't need it to be much more than that or spend much more than that. So what I did look at though is on this screen, as you can see, the frequency is 2.29. Okay, that means on average, everyone that has already seen that ad has seen it at least twice. Right? Literally everyone who has seen it at least twice. And then the 0.29 means, and a couple of them are on their way to seeing it 3 times. So some people have seen it 3 times. Fine, right? I love when people see the same ad over and over again. My challenge was the number of people total that it actually reached. And it has only reached 59 people in that audience, right? Remember I said it's about 500 people. So my goal here was to, again, remind them of that key message, that core message that Facebook ads is the fastest way, and to keep that in front of people. The other part is because I'm leading into a launch where I'm doing a free event. It is the Facebook ads revenue workshop where I'm teaching people how to plan out a full quarter, plan out the ads that they first planning out how much money do you want to make, what's your revenue, and our minimum goal is going to be $30,000 for that quarter. What ads do you need to have in place in order to reach that goal? What offers, all of the different pieces that go into helping them to actually meet that $30,000 goal using Facebook ads, content marketing, email marketing, all of those different things. So as I'm leading up to that free event, then I want to make sure I'm staying in front of people so that when the actual registration opens, they're like, oh yeah, I've been hearing about this. I'm very familiar with Amber. She's been in front of me this whole time. So I need to stay visible, right? That's really the whole point. And that's what I'm going to teach people how to do in that workshop, which you can register for down below. So with this ad, if there's 500 people in that audience, and right now my goal is I would love to have 150 people to sign up for that workshop. It's completely free, 150 people, it's a doable thing. So if only 59 people have seen this ad, that means I'm really currently only visible to those 59 people, and they have seen the ad multiple times. And what I know is with a better ad, a better video, I could get better reach, right? So when people are responding to a video very nicely in your ad, Facebook sees it as a sign. This is really good content. We want to show this to more people, because then, it just creates a better user experience. Now we know people are seeing ads that they really like, good content still, even if it's sponsored content. And if it's just so-so, if people are only so-so responding to it, then they won't show it as much. Besides the fact that, they can't show my ad to my audience every time they're on. Like, there's other advertisers out there. So it's kind of bothering me that only 59 people out of those 500 some odd people have seen the ad. And I need to be visible to all of them, because only a certain percentage of them are going to opt in to this free event anyway. So what I plan to do is to change it over to a reach ad. So here's the difference. So a reach ad really is it's an announcement ad, and it's good, because what a reach ad does is it takes away all other pre-qualifiers. It doesn't matter if they're most likely to watch the video. It doesn't matter if they're most likely to click the ad like a traffic ad would do. It doesn't matter if they're most likely to opt in like a conversion ad would do, right? Reach ads take all of that away and says it doesn't matter what you're going to do with this ad. Whether you do anything or not, we're showing it to you, okay? A reach ad is literally, I want this ad to reach all of these people in this audience. It's not a guarantee that it will reach every single one of them, right? Again, everyone's not always on social media, and there are other advertisers out there. Facebook has to eventually show them other ads, not just mine. But a reach ad is definitely going to go further. Will it guarantee that they watch the video? No, it will not, because this video view ad is definitely trying to be shown to people who are most likely to watch the video. But here's what's already true. This is a group of people who have opted in, right, to be on my email list. So they are high quality people already. I don't necessarily need other qualifiers, right? Because this is not the only way that I'm marketing to them. I'm sending them emails as well. So my real goal is I want to stay in front of them. I want to stay relevant. I want my message to stay very clearly, defined in front of them. And I don't want them to forget that, so that when my event comes up, they'll say, this is my chance. This is my chance to finally learn this strategy, this marketing strategy that could really change my business. And I want to learn it from Amber, because so far, so good. I've really resonated with her, and she's been in front of me this whole time. So they're going to remember me. So for me, it's more important at this point that they remember me, that they see me, than for them to consume the whole video. So by changing it to a reach ad, will some people watch the video? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't think fewer people are going to watch the video than what are watching them right now. Because right now I have 9 through plays out of 59 people that has been shown to. 9 through plays, and 7 people have watched it at least half of the video. And then 3 people have watched it complete the whole way through, right? The average view time is 4 seconds. So those stats are not amazing. I mean, I'm just going to be honest, it's not amazing. And so that there again, when people tell you that you have to, start out with this organic strategy and find out what works there before you go to ads, it's not true, because this particular video worked really well organically, but it's not working so great with paid advertising, even though it's being shown to my kind of people. Versus organically, the people who watched it may have just been entertained and really weren't even in my audience. So my goal is to make sure that my real audience, my real people, those leads in those last 90 days really stay in touch with me. So I'm going to change this to reach, and and I will get a lot more people to watch it or to see it and to see me, because my face is in the ad. So if nothing else, them seeing me might be enough to stop the scroll. If not now, then later, right? Because I'm going to run another ad, and once they continue to see me, they're like, oh, I know her, I keep seeing her, right? So just as an example, the last reach ad that I ran was just last week, and I only ran it, I want to say I did run it for 5 days. I ran it for 5 days, and let me click on it so I can expand it for you and show you. It was not a video, it was just a static image ad of my revenue workshop kind of graphic to show people what that looks like what the process is. And it was shown to 302 people, right? So that is way more people in my audience that I got to stay in front of. And there was no, they didn't need to watch anything. Some people engaged with the ad, clicked, like, and gave it a little bit more traction even. So that helped it to reach more people, because even sponsored content, it can go viral. It can, get all of the good engagement signals that organic posts can, and Facebook and Instagram will show it to more people when it gets those good signals. So people liking it and all of that are going to help it to go further. And the frequency, people only saw it was 1.05. So that means everyone that in that audience, the 302 people, saw it at least once. And some people, like very few people, saw it more than once. That's the 0.05. So ideally though, you do want people to see you multiple times, like literally, the touch points, I'm going to say on a minimum is 5 to 7 touch points. And in many cases, it could be a lot more touch points before someone decides to do business with you, even in a free offer. And so, do I want them to see it more than once? Absolutely. At the rate of that video view ad, some people are going to see it more than once, but only such a small percentage. I don't want that. I want more of those people, because all of those people in that audience are potentially, a good match based on the fact that they actually opted in to get my lead magnet. So I know they're interested in what I offer, and still only a percentage of them will take the next step with me. So my next step is going to be to change this. And again, on that ad, I only spent $13.91 on my reach ad. 302 people got to see it. 302 high quality people who I know have some level of interest in what I do and what I offer were able to see that, and some people engaged with it and gave it even more reach. So with that in mind, let me stop this recording. I am going to I'm going to take the same exact ad, the video view ad, and I'm just going to switch the objective. So I am going to duplicate it and switch it from a video view to a reach ad. So more people in my audience will see that, will see my face, will be reminded of how I help and what my core message is. Quick update. Okay, so I told you that I was switching from a video view ad to a reach ad. So what I decided to do instead was to run the ads concurrently and really track the data to see if one ad was going to perform better than the other one. So ultimately, I'm running a little bit of a test. So right now, my reach ad has been running for about a day and a half, and it has already reached 89 people, right? Whereas the video view ad, which has been running for about 3 days now, it has only reached 82 people. So the reach ad is definitely getting my ad in front of more people in that audience, which is about 500 people. However, the reach ad is not optimized for the video views. Remember, it is a video ad, right? So I do want them to actually consume the content. So when I compare the two in that regard, the video view ad, it still only has 19 through plays. So that's 19 people who have watched at least 15 seconds of the video. So they invested a little bit more time, right? And in terms of how many people have watched the whole thing, about 5 people have watched the whole entire video. Now, mind you, that's been running for 3 days. The reach ad, however, only has 4 through plays, and it has 2 people who have watched it all the way through. So the reach ad is not optimized for people to actually consume the content, but will more people actually see it? Yes. So again, my original concern was that the video view ad wasn't going to get in front of enough people. It just wasn't going to reach enough of my audience to give them a chance to watch it. And I am completely fine, again, if people see the video more than once, right? So ultimately, I would not turn off that video view ad until it got to about 4 or 5 as the frequency. That means everyone on average who has seen the video has seen it 4 or 5 times. And I'm cool with that because that just increases more and more touch points. It gets them more familiar and it gives them more opportunities to actually consume the content. Whereas the way I have the reach ad set up, which is 1 reach within 7 days, you can adjust that and make it like 2 reaches within 7 days or within 4 days and play with your budget. But ultimately, I just at this point want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to get a touch point this week. And the video view ad is not going to do that. The video view ad will give multiple touch points to a small group of people, whereas the reach ad will give 1 touch point to a larger group of people. So what I've decided to do is to keep both ads, right? So the video view ad is really going to make sure that more people can move further down that customer journey because they're actually going to consume the content. And then the reach ad is going to make sure that everyone actually sees the content at least 1 time so that they can continue to remember, okay, Amber, yep, I remember her, because again, it's a video ad, so it has my face in it. Plus they'll be getting my emails. So it's really trying to keep everyone as familiar as possible, and also remembering too that everyone doesn't move all the way to the bottom of the customer journey, right? It's a funnel. It's kind of like a funnel shape, an upside down triangle. So it gets smaller and smaller. That means that audience is going to diminish some. So everyone is not going to make it, and that is completely fine. So it doesn't even make sense to try so hard to grab everyone, but I do want to grab as many people as possible so that basically the pool of people that I make the offer to will be large enough, because only then a certain percentage of them will take me up on the offer. So I just want to give you that update as I've come to about another day and a half later on where that stands. And as it stands right now, I'm just going to run both ads. Neither are spending a terribly large amount of money. So it's completely fine if they run together, because together they're spending about $6 a day. And that is going to end up being well worth it, because the number of people who will then opt in to the free event and participate in that and really get a chance to work with me and work on their business and see that this is going to help propel them forward, will then have an opportunity to work with me later in one of my paid programs to be able to recoup that ad spend. If you want some help doing this for your own business and mapping it all out, knowing what type of ad to run and when, how to match up the goals, say, hey, this is really my goal. What ad is it that I need to use to make that happen? Then I do have the free Facebook ads revenue workshop coming up in September. The link to register is below. If registration is not open, there is definitely a wait list that you can get on. Either way, I look forward to helping you with that in September. There's going to be some free live coaching included as well. All right, that's all.